Well, here is that 8th hole again, and Hye-jin Choi, a player who's contended so many times. We say it every week. It's hard to believe she hasn't won, but you feel like it's a matter of time, don't you?
Exactly. She has finished second on the LPGA Tour 4 times. She has the complete package, everything it takes to be a winner out here. And I think Mel, it shocks everyone that she hasn't done so far. And that's back-to-back birdies.
Yeah, absolutely, Kay. I think it's only a matter of time before she's in the winner's circle. She's just too good.
She won the World Amateur Team Championship, individual and...
Agree. I love her adjectives to describe things. Mel, you are a gem. I wouldn't have come up with that, but I think it fits perfectly. And I think you have to be very adaptive to play this golf course. You have to work the wind. You have to work the angles here. You have to have patience. The rough is inconsistent. So I think it's going to be a real flexible player, adaptive player that wins. Little bit of extra question how the ball's going to fly. Hole is located towards the back of the screen today. I think, Mel, those more back hole locations are a lot easier than the front hole locations, as firm as these greens are.
Couldn't agree more with you there, Kay. Especially when you're coming out the rough. Fairways are so tight, a lot of players will be just kind of creeping into this rough, and as you say, it's a little bit unpredictable. So when there is a back pin, there's a little bit more room for error.
172 to the hole, 6-iron in hand. Launched that high, but starting right, wind pushing it more to the right, and that's what happens. This wind just moves and exaggerates a miss.
About that up and down possibility.
Are you talking about her,
Yeah,
or
for
if
Hye-jin.
I would do it?
Here is Hye-jin Choi. Let's see if she can get it up and down as Mel predicted here.
Mel, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. She's on the closely mown area, can get good contact, just has to deal with some left to right movement on the green.
How did you know?
She read that pretty well.
She played that beautifully, didn't she?
Big difference being chipping from the short, closely mown area versus the thick, inconsistent, challenging rough.
When Hye-jin won here, by the way, or Mel,
Yeah.
you start.
Yeah, I think that, your rookie season, you want to play every single opportunity that you get.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just, you're very hungry, you've got a lot of energy as a rookie, you're very excitable. And then when you get on tour for a number of years, you start to find your feet a little bit. You kind of start to schedule things, and right, I like this tournament. Hey, I'm good at playing 2 or 3 in a row. I think Charlie spoke about just playing a couple in a row, and so you start to build up this kind of personal schedule that you want to do. But yeah, I mean, look, I think every rookie kind of feels a little bit burnt out because you just want to play so much. You're so excited to be out there.
Okay, it's the dream job, isn't it? But it's a grind as well.
You ultimately have to find balance because you cannot play every week. You have to refresh yourself. And it is that fine line between, especially if you're playing well, you want to keep the momentum going, but you also know your body and mind need recovery time.
And if you don't know it at the beginning, you learn it quickly, don't you?
Oh, you certainly do.
This would be a nice up and down. Yeah, for Hye-jin, she stays 5 under. You got a lot of players looking for a first LPGA Tour title at the top of the leaderboard on day 2 in Mexico.
Works so hard.
Well, like Hye-jin Choi, she's had chances. Emily has leads going into the final round, and you feel like a win is coming. Here is Hye-jin. 1 back.
This hole feels so much easier than yesterday when the hole was front right, bringing that hazard into play, and the wind was really strong left to right. It's a little bit less intense right now. Hye-jin with a wedge. Yeah, she was probably a little in between that and a soft 9, kept it below the hole. 2016, Leona Maguire spoke fondly of that event. She was here playing in the World Amateur Team Championship. Ireland finished 3rd. Switzerland actually finished 2nd, and they did not have Alban Valenzuela on the team because she got into the Olympics and was preparing and playing in that.
It'll be a par for Choy. Gustava will have a birdie.
A pretty relatively short par 4, left to right wind. I think you just want to favor visually from the tee the left center of the fairway. Oh, this going way to the right, close to the penalty area. She's going to have to get lucky over there.
I think it's up.
Such a tough hole, that 16th.
This is a promising rookie from Korea. Came off the KLPGA, Yoon.
It's a good putt there. That looked good the whole way.
Led the KLPGA.
I'd say she's somewhat lucky. I mean, she was 2 feet from going underneath those palm leaves, and she would have had to take an unplayable. Difficulty with this shot is that she has 68 yards to the front, but she has to carry thick rough. It's going to be very difficult to carry that rough, yet keep it underneath the overhanging trees. She's not going to be comfortable in this lie. You know, you're hitting off the sand. I think she'd do well just to get it short of the green. Yeah, she hit that too high, but luckily ricocheted out of the branches okay, so it's in the rough short of the green.
I always get excited when players hit it off the fairway, because I don't hit it off the fairway very often, so I like to see how they try and maneuver shots. See, I'm used to them kind of shots, so I enjoy them, I relish them, but...
All right, let's check back in with Tom Abbott on his pleasure cruise around Mayakoba. Tom. It'll be great, I'm sure. Here is Hye-jin Choi with her 3rd at the 11th.
This is not going to be as easy as the one she faced at the 8th hole. Yeah, it just really hit and released out of that rough.
I think that's what players have been struggling with, isn't it, Case?
And she took that in stride, dominated the Epson Tour, and had a great rookie year last year.
Hye-jin 4 par, back uphill. Oh, what a 4.
Wow.
I mean, she was looking like potentially bogey or double and scratches out a par.
You forget those on Sunday when you're watching someone win, but sometimes it... Sophia's here this week in the field, but...
She won a couple of weeks ago on Epson. I think it was on Mother's Day.
She did on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
I thought she might have a little extra juice this week with her daughter Maya here in Mayakoba.
Who is adorable, by the way. She was one of Kai's bezies out on tour.
Yeah, your son Kai. Here is Hye-jin with a tremendous break, but then, Kay, it's one thing to get the break, you got to pay it off, and she sure did.
She did. She's hitting now, teeing off to one of the narrowest, if not the narrowest, fairways. Oh, and she's lucky again that she didn't get into the sand and amongst the first set of trees on the left.
Hye-jin Choi's tee shot came to rest, and it looks like it's settled down into that rough, Kay.
Yeah, this is not an easy shot. I mean, 2 holes in a row where she has a fair bit to deal with. 135 to the front, ball below her feet, very thick rough. I'd be surprised if she can advance this all the way to the front of the green. Caught a little branch of the tree.
Trying to escape again. Yeah. And we so often will leave to go see another shot when we're watching a broadcast, and they just make them 99 times out of 100, and they make it look a lot easier than it really is, don't they? Well, this
is a par putt, Grant, for Hye-jin. She had a terrible lie short of the green. It was like a fried egg in the rough. And so it looks like she's going to make her first, well, her second bogey today.
Got away with the wayward tee shot at the 11th. Not kind of a fairy tale setting, isn't it? This locale here on the Yucatan Peninsula. Hye-jin Choi has a win here on this golf course, but another one that's wayward, Kay.
Yeah, this going well to the right, much like the tee shot at 11.
She's got lucky there again, Kay.
No place to drop it, so she may have to play it from there, mightn't she? Or...
Yeah, 100%. I would play it from there.
Oh, Hye-jin again catches a bit of a break.
She sure did. Again, she's like 2 feet from being in the jungle and having to take an unplayable. As it is, the ball's sitting pretty darn well. Her feet will be on the cart path. Has to make sure she doesn't slip and slide a bit with the non-spikes. Caught that solid. That was really well done. Just a old-fashioned punch shot there, Mel.
I don't know what everyone was complaining about. She had a perfect.
At the 15th, this is Yoon, right inside the cut line at the moment. Afternoon wave has just begun to tee off. Oh, goodness. Almost in. But a veteran hand on the LPGA Tour. All right, Hye-jin Choi scrambling yet again.
A gap wedge in hand, trying to get this in tight. Oh, she does. Really good.
If she comes out of these last 3 holes at even par, up at 15, Yoon.
You're almost slam dunking it. This is a great opportunity on the tough 15th hole to make a birdie.
Yeah. Talented player looking for a fresh start here on the LPGA Tour, and that gives her a little wiggle room for the cut. Flirting with trouble the last 45 minutes or so, but Hye-jin Choi has this to get it back to 5 under.
Feels like it's been an hour since she hit her approach to standing over this putt. Hopefully she's visualized it well. This would be her first birdie since the 8th hole. And how about that? Like you said, how about coming out of those last 3 holes even par?
Wow. Good on Hye-jin. By a mile in LPGA history at number 840 in the Rolex rankings entering the week. Nice birdie from Hye-jin Choi, taking advantage of some good fortune, and here she is at 14.
See if she can self-correct that miss to the right. And taking this down the left-hand side.
Coach is in Korea, so she has to do. This was a good time to hit a good tee shot for Hye-jin Choi. She did, and she's got this for a second.
It sure was. This ended up being the second hardest hole yesterday. And I can understand why it takes a good long tee shot and then an accurate second. Hye-jin with that tee shot has a 6-iron in hand, wind hurting. This green is perched up, so it plays slightly elevated.
It's not bad there.
Hey Grant, I've snorkeled in a cenote. Back in 17 when I was here covering the PGA event, went to Tulum afterwards, and it's a very popular thing to dive and snorkel in the cenotes. It's cool, fresh water, so amazing.
Can't really play it out of there very well, though.
No, you cannot. This is a putt from about 35 feet, kind of cross the diagonal.
Not bad, eh? Comebacker for par for Choi.
Yeah, just outside 3 feet. Oh, rattles that baby in there with total confidence.
Think about where all she's been here in the back 9. Hye-jin.
She's been a bit all over.
who's playing in the group right behind Rihanna Do. And now here is Choi coming off that drop shot.
Such a difficult tee shot this. I think Gabby thought she'd hit way right and she's in the right half of the fairway. So this is a funny tee shot. Kind of fairway goes left to right and it really narrows out. It's really difficult to hit this fairway.
Mel, I think you really have to pinpoint your focus on a particular, top of a tree or some light part of the fairway and just commit to that. And here's a draw that's going to be emphasized a little bit more. Got a sort of a neutralizing kick. And also coming off a bogey on the last hole, had missed the green to the left and didn't get up and down.
There's help there. So you.
Green.
Yes, you can. Yeah, yeah. Just coming down like 1 or 2 left of it's good.
9-iron in hand. Hye-jin has 135 yards to the front. 152 to the hole. Really, actually nice angle from this left rough. She went after that one full as well. Now that she pulled that though, getting a little wayward with her shots.
Line's
Oh,
right.
absolutely. I mean, she's still should be very proud of herself, the way that she's played the last couple of days.
Yoon just outside that cut line, took the flag out.
Sounded firm. Hit the green there. No check at all.
But shot 61. Evidence of just how talented she is. This is the birdie putt for Yoon. Might still be enough, but you're going to be hanging around Mayakoba, waiting for the next couple of hours, I think, at least.
Oh yeah, there's nothing worse than you're right on the cut line and you finish in the morning and you're just refreshing your phone every 5 minutes. It's torture.
You've done that before?
Just a couple times.
Once?
Once or twice.
Twice. Here is Hye-jin Choi's third at 16.
Chipping from hole high left, and that just grabbed immediately. She thought she was hitting more of a little pitch and trundle. She's in danger of making back-to-back bogeys.
It's just the problem around here with this rough. When you're chipping, you just get a little bit of grass in between you, the club face and the ball, and it just comes out so dead.
And Mel, this
See for another player.
Yeah. So she'll have that for par. The 9th, we're at 16, the par for Choi.
boy, she dug deep for that one.
The whole back 9 she's dug deep. If she wins this thing 48 hours from now, we may remember this 90-minute stretch.
Oh yeah, I mean the last
She will.
7. Yeah, the last 7 holes she could easily have been 3 or 4 over, and she's not. You know.
Most players clubbing back with some sort of fairway wood really just need to hit a 230-ish yard shot downwind. It's a short hole. The farther you hit it, the tighter, the more narrow the fairway becomes, and that.
A little left of this pin's good.
And the Englishman, Pete Godfrey on the bag for Hye-jin Choi. Second shot at 17.
Very good player in his own right, and a sort of a steadying voice throughout, at times, a turbulent round. 113, playing downwind, probably playing more like a 100-yard shot, gap wedge.
Might be a little bit disappointed for that. Would have expected that to be a little bit closer.
Towards the hole. That hole is just perched on the edge of the faults side of the screen. It's like right on a little cliff. It'll be interesting to see what the stroke average is here, Grant, at the end, if they don't move the tee up, because again, it just seems like, oh, you should birdie 3 out of 4 times.
Interestingly, Kay so far from the morning wave with most heads at 17 now to shot. All right. Choy at the par 5 18th.
Gabby Ruffles hit first and hit a nice tee shot down the left-hand side. For the longer hitters, that left bunker can come into play. It's 290 to it, and generally this tee shot is downwind. Well, that's a nice looking tee shot for Choy. Yeah, she's gonna love that one.
Never. Hye-jin, one back, second here at the par 5.
Yeah, just a couple paces ahead of where Guseva hit. 206 to the front, 228 all the way back to the hole. And that's a 3 hybrid, peeling a little left to right. And avoids the bunker on the right, but it nestles down into the right rough.
That has nestled down as well, Kay. You'll have to see what that lie's like, dependent.
She had a lie worse earlier today on the 12th hole that it was just like a fried egg in the rough. This one, I think she feels like she's got plenty of green to work with. Maybe land it a third to the half of the way on and let it release. Ooh, that actually sat down really softly.
All right, so
Who ends up actually being leader at the end of the day. Now, this putt of Hye-jin's is pretty similar to what Guseva just had, and I would think Hye-jin's got a better sense of the speed, knows this is on a little slower side, into the grain, uphill. I like her routine, you know, kind of does a lot of thinking and analyzing beforehand, but then her actual routine's pretty quick to get over the ball. It didn't sound really solid, almost maybe a quasi decel there. Yeah, and that probably feels like another bogey as well.
To be honest with you, Kay, I think she's lucky to get out the last 7 holes and just 1 over.
Well, and she, you know, if you look back, she had far more outstanding shots than poor shots, and she did get lucky. But we all need a little luck in this game.